An increase in violent attacks on Indian students is causing substantial damage to our overseas reputation. Doing his part, Premier John Brumby is currently in India to reassure Indians that Victoria is a safe place to study. However, the Premier's plans to visit Mumbai were scrapped after Australia's Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, that's DFAT but not with a PH, warned of a possible terrorist attack. Andrew Matthews is in Mumbai to fill us in on the situation.
Paul, Brumby's right to be afraid. This place is fucking terrifying.
Andrew, we've sent you to Mumbai. Any chance of a more relevant backdrop? You couldn't film in front of, say, the famous Taj Hotel?
Paul, if you think I'm leaving this room for a second...
Well, so the threat is real?
I'll give you some idea of what we're up against here. In the taxi from the airport, I paid extra for air conditioning. But then when I got in the taxi, the air conditioning was broken. I don't even know if there was air conditioning. It might just have been a button glued to the dashboard. Poor air quality is the thin end of the terrorism wedge, Paul.
You're right. So do you think Brumby avoiding India's financial capital will further damage Australia's reputation?
The fact that John Brumby planned to come here to show that Australians aren't racist and scared of foreigners, but then changed his plans because there was reason for him to be scared of foreigners? I don't think so, Paul. Australia's relationship with India is stronger than that.
How so?
We have strong economic ties, Paul. The problem is that Indian students make a huge economic and social contribution. If Melbourne thugs only had the intelligence to attack a group that didn't give us so much, such as the Swiss, the government could have just ignored the issue that the students are facing.
Okay, so are the Indian people you've spoken to angry?
Paul, I haven't really spoken to anyone. You know that Indian food here is just called food? It's a crazy land. I bought some jeans and I thought I was getting a bargain. But then I did the conversion and apparently I paid $40. That's not even that cheap, Paul.
But can you get a sense that they, too, are a bit scared to come and study in Victoria?
I don't think you understand. Brumby is coming here to tell Indians that the recent attacks on Indians are no reason to stay away from Victoria. But he's been threatened with terrorism. He'd be mad to visit Mumbai. There's no terrorism in Victoria, Paul.
There isn't?
Paul, terrorism is acts of violence directed at a sector of the community with the aim of spreading fear and chaos with a political agenda. The attacks in Melbourne are acts of violence directed at a sector of the community with the aim of spreading fear and chaos with no agenda whatsoever. There's no terrorism in Melbourne.
So, Melbourne is safer because there is no political agenda behind the attacks?
That's right, Paul. That's Australia. We don't force our views on people. We just hit them.
I think we'll have to leave it there.
Every time I scratch my nose, the walls get closer. Look, there they go again. Did you see that?
Andrew Matthews reporting live from his hotel room in Mumbai.